Another coaster. The cup on the coaster. I'm gonna put the cup on the coaster. Sure, that works. Sure, that's fine. Okay. So I went all around, and you see the... Oh, yes. I think this was creepier the first time I played it, because, yeah, you're like, what? Hauntings and poltergeists? And there's like a pillow fort. And there's a TV emergency thing. I think this was one of the creepier rooms for me when I was first playing. My sister introduced me to this game, so it means a lot. Yes. Sisterly love. The Heaven at the Edge of the World by Samantha Greenbrier, Grade 2. Story, The Turtle People. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. This grade 2er has great handwriting. Second grader, that's the word. I was like, something feels off, I don't know how. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Horse Island," the first mate said. "Looks like you thought too soon. I'm gonna take a sip of tea, because my voice hurts again." Looks like you thought too soon. The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "You're never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise, and your father were a liar." Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. I could have sworn there was an audio log after that one, but maybe there's some other chapters somewhere else. So now we go down this way. Ah, yes, coupons. Coupons. I think our mother is into forestry, or is a forest. She's a forest. Our mom's a forest, apparently. Yes. There's so many heckin' rooms. Where's the lights? Why is there so many doors? Please help. Were we just in here or no? I don't believe so. A painting? Sorry, I feel like I'm still moving so fast. I think this is the record room. Please turn on the lights so I don't have to be scared anymore. Read assignment. Samantha Greenbrier. Below are 2 stories about menstrual cycles and testicles. A sperm. Great. Health class. The early morning of September 1st. Asa Glatz stares out the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she's engaged to, wet. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. You can see how this is going. CB! Teacher seemed not happy about this, and yet, Sam was just doing great stuff, and probably getting inspiration from her dad, being a writer. What cool beats is on this? That's a ghost song, buddy. That's a ghost song. Somehow I always knew. Sorry, that was so loud. I'm not gonna play this the whole time. For some reason, I'm scared that these songs are copyright written, even though it should be fine. They had a whole ass bar, like, I guess. Sorry, my brain's like, I assume their mother was their, like, breadwinner, because their dad was, but the dad, like, wrote many books, so I don't know jack shit about publishing books and how much you earn, but, of course everyone has the stereotype that authors don't get much, and a lot of the time it is very true. Mercury Books will be unable to publish your follow-up. Despite the low sales of this other book, we went ahead with the publication of the second book in hopes of the John Russell series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than those of the first, and so our stewardship of the series must end here. So, that's on their drinking cabinet for a reason. Yes, I understand. Being let go. Being like, hey, your book sucks. Another closet? Another closet. Full of records. This family has so much stuff. There's all his copies of his book that didn't... Sylvia, please give this to your mother. Janice, thank you for having Danny over to your new home. He has missed having his friend Samantha in the neighborhood very much. Danny asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighting tape, and I gave my permission. He needs to spend less time with those games anyways. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know that she is welcome back to our house to visit any time.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Hell yeah, the good Nintendo games. His default friend. Okay. So I think I'm going this way. Yes, I'm going this way. Open all the drawers, take out all the things. Hi, Lonnie. So if you wanted to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. Samantha can drive now, I guess. I forget how old she is. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker. I assume she's in high school this. If you still want, and we can meet in the parking lot after 6th. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there. Then I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready. That's a fun drawing. Ooh, from Lonnie. Ooh.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Cute. Audience, chat. Do you see where this is going? Also, I'm experiencing some lag. I apologize. Katie, please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. Katie, please whatever you found, don't tell Mom and Dad about that attic. Well, that door is locked. Hold on. To the basement. So I'm gonna retrace my steps and hope I don't get lost in the process. Is it back to the foyer? Damn. I made my way all the way over there. That was a bathroom, right? Let's go to the right-hand side then. See about all this stuff. Direction to work from new home. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Damn. That is, yeah. Not much in here. Not much in here. I don't think there's anything in here. Yeah. Okay, another little closet. What's this board game? Over the Alps, a novel traveling game. Novel? Like writing novel? Or like... Oh, it's quite a novel book. Quite a novel thing. There's our mom's badge, supposedly, for forestry stuff. I'm locking myself in the closet. That's funny. Yeah. Yep. One of my trophies. Track and field? Track and field. Cool. Again, track and field. Nothing in the cabinets, nothing in the cabinets. I'm just being chaos, gremlin, and opening everything and leaving everything open. Another telephone directory because we had so many of those in the 90s. There's literally nothing in there. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. Cool. I think it's onto this one. Oh, and it's locked. Well, I think we can only go upstairs from here. This is giving vibes again. Just a little scouty vibes. Just because I'm, again, a weenie. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. I'm just going to skip to the highlighted part. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires in drier months, the operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved. And Janice Greenbrier is our mom. Alrighty. Let's turn on. Oh, right. We can't turn on these lights. Temporary personnel transfer. In the upcoming prescribed burn operation, expertise in the procedures being transferred to the station. Senior Janice is charged with the supervision of transferred personnel. That thunder is loud. There's a cone. Weekly planner. I can hardly read anything. Couples something. Cooking class, take apron. Ballroom dancing. Couples, bowling, cooking class. Ballroom dancing. Coloring class? Cooking class. Cook the big meal for Terry and Sam. Cute. My mom was taking cooking classes. I mean, they seemed like they could afford to, so. I just checking things. Random things. Oh. Pratmobile. Potty motivation. For Sam? Oh, also the way it moves. Oh, weird. That's nostalgic.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know. I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
This is intriguing me. Radiation area. Keep out. Stop leaving every dime light in the house on. You're as bad as your sister. Oh. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Well, suck it, Daniel. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbrier, am 17 years old, and therefore an independent, fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going to the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compare with Katie, who is only three years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. So we're 20? Yeah, we're 20? I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own, like a human being, and since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter Samantha. Sternly worded letter. That's very true. Let's go into the room. Oh! There's a cassette player in here too, I guess. Ah, hey, there's a sticker on here. Hello? What is this? Batmobile. Cool Schmool. Bratmobile, rather. Sorry. I got to the good part and I ruined it.